Breaking the chain. My topic is on Thurgood Marshall. He was born on July 2nd, 1908 in Baltimore, Maryland. Little did he know he was going to help put racism and segregation to an end. His parents wanted him to study dentistry, to follow his brother's steps. In other words, they wanted him to study dentistry, but destiny didn't want that. In 1930, he applied for the University of Maryland Law School, but unfortunately, he was denied admission because of his skin color. Fortunately, he was accepted at Howard University Law School. But why did he want to study law? The answer, he wanted to become a lawyer. Thurgood Marshall was one of the most effective civil rights crusaders of the 20th century. One of his most famous cases was in Kansas, Topeka. The name of this case was Brown v. Board of Education. Linda Brown, a young African-American girl, had a school 7 blocks away from her house. Instead, she had to go to a school 1 mile away from her house, plus crossing a railroad switchyard. Why couldn't she just go to the 7-block-away one? It was only for whites. Some of Thurgood Marshall's arguments were that segregation is unconstitutional. But why unconstitutional? The 14th Amendment clearly states that it provides African Americans with citizenship and equal rights and protection under the law. Why was there segregation around there anyways? The answer? There was something called Jim Crow laws. Jim Crow laws enforced segregation between white and colored people. Back then in Florida, one Jim Crow law strictly enforced that white schools be separate from black schools. Once, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed." Also, one of our founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, said, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equally and endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." What does this mean, that all men are created equally? First of all of us in here are made of flesh and bone. Second of all of us in here have feelings. But lastly, all of us in here demand respect. African Americans never did anything to us. Didn't we Americans want freedom and then equal rights from Great Britain? So why can't we do the same for them? When you go to McDonald's and you order a coffee, you don't judge it by its color. You judge it by what it is. Racism is a chain. The more you use it, the more you get tied into it. The way to get rid of this chain is kindness. Fellow audience, what do you think?